Hey everyone, so it is the day. I've been teasing it for, well, not really, like, consistently. I've mentioned it offhand for like 2 years now, but it is time for the opal video. I have been stockpiling opals for quite some time, so yeah, I've selected out of my stash the ones I think we're gonna cut today. There's a few in there that we definitely will, but I'm not sure about which ones I'm gonna focus on today or not yet. So let's just take a look at the ones that I'm for sure looking at. Okay, so here is the ones I've narrowed down for now at least. So we've got these, which are Welos, have one Brazilian. This is really cool. This is a honeycomb. These two are Australian opals. This one is actually showing some pretty good signs. I don't know, there's quite the color bar in that one, so I guess we'll see. This one I don't know if I want to cut today. It's just solid greens and blues and purples. It's so pretty. Anyway, though. Then we have these two, which were given to me, fairly special to me because, yeah, they were given to me by a friend who is no longer with us. Beautiful Mexican opals. I don't know much of the backstory on these. These and the next ones were given to me by Sweet Jim. If you watch Lapidary Dave, I know you all remember Sweet Jim. So yeah, these are pretty special to me. And then these ones are Coober Pedy opals that he gave me. So I am very, very excited to cut some of these. I done one of these. I done did one of these before, and they're really, really, really pretty. They're really different, but I haven't touched the Coober Pedys he sent me yet. So yeah, these are what is on deck today. I doubt we'll do all of them. All right, so to start with, I think we're gonna do these two first, just because I want to, and I don't need another reason. And counterintuitively, I do all of my opal cabbing on my faceting machine, specifically because diamond plates, how do I describe it? I prefer them. Wow, a 600 diamond grit plate for a faceting machine is far more aggressive and far more finesse at the same time than a 600 plate for the flat lap. I do all of my rough shaping at 600, and that way I can really, really control how deep into the color bar I'm getting. But yeah, anyway, rambling aside, we're gonna throw on the 360 plate, and I think I just want to level this down to that layer, because it seems like there's a bunch of pockets of opal right in that layer. Well, that came out gorgeous. One thing I like doing with opals, especially opals like this, free forms. I don't do them often, but sometimes the stone just looks at you and tells you it wants to be a certain way. Alright, and the opals are done. They are a little bit gorgeous. Might have to swap and film these on my phone because I got a new phone. It has a way better camera than my old phone, and it can get way closer. Here's that second one. It's so different. I just love how different it is. Each one of these little inner pockets will flare blue. This one is a more typical opal down at the bottom, but this one definitely is the nicer of the two. This one's really nice. There it is. That blue is so rich. Bunch of greens in there too. Oh, it's so pretty. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Quite happy with that. I think next we're gonna work on some of the Welos. I have a few in here that are gonna be really, really nice. These are the ones that I've got on deck for today. This one's more of a like water opal, jelly opal kind of thing. Transparent, but there is some good color flash in there. Just very clear. I think once we grind down all of the potch and matrix, it should be really, really nice. There is some really good color in there. So I think I'll do that one. This one I'm not so sure about. It has insane color, but I see a fracture in it. I think we can honestly probably work around it. I don't know. Might have to just rough it out and see what's going to be usable and what isn't. And then this one is so cool. So really nice color, but it's also got like internal detail. I don't know, it's weird. It's got like pockets that are more clear than others. I don't know, I like it. I like it a lot, and there is no inclusions and very little potch on the surface, so it should make a nice little cab. And then this one, which is flawless and freaking insane. This one has absolutely phenomenal color, so pretty. So yeah, I think we'll do Welos next. So I think first let's do this one right here. Oh yeah, there we go. See, it's so weird. It just looks like a clear opal, and then in the right, like, see, it's just clear, and then you angle it right, and there's just all this color hiding in there. It is actually really nice. I just don't know how the potch and the matrix is going to behave, so yeah, I guess let's just throw on the 600 disc and see what we can do. Alright, so I wish I had been filming when I did this. There was a little crack, which once it started getting wet, became a little more defined, so I literally just grabbed it and popped it right off. It's one of the most equally horrifying and satisfying things you can do with opals. And yeah, so our stone's a little smaller, but that also means it's a little more stable because we just got rid of that pocket. Also, Welos are hydrophane, so it looks different now because it's actually soaked up water and dried out a little bit. They'll turn white and then they'll go back to the way they normally look. But yeah, it's a little unnerving when you have a nice Welo and start polishing and it just kind of goes clear and then it turns white. It's kind of scary. You know what, while I'm right here grinding away potch, I might as well check this one to see how good it is. This one is shaped down and ready for like serious refined shaping, but that's actually going to be a really nice opal. I'm quite happy with that. Sorry, excuse the saw. I'm gonna film this while it's still semi-clear. So this one, it looks like the pocket is from here over to here, and then there's a little thing of potch right here. So really this right here is the good spot. All of this is that sandy matrixy stuff. There's some clear opal in between everything, but I think this is really the pocket to focus on. You know what, while I'm right here, I'm also just gonna flatten the back on this one so we can get it ready. I actually went back down to 360 grit just so I could shape the bottoms of the cabs a little faster. But then we're going to jump back to 600 for all of our shaping. Alright, they are rough shaped. So now we're going to swap back to 600 and actually refine that shape. Check this out. This is why hydrophanes are scary but also awesome. So you saw how it looked before. Now that it's all soaked up with water, it is like clear and all of the color play is gone. I'm going to set this aside and it's going to turn pure white, and it's honestly scary. Every time it happens, it's like, where did my opal go? But don't worry, it all comes back. So that one is actually done. See how it's like white? We're going to let this just sit for like an hour or so, probably less, and by the time I am finished with the next one, this should be back to the opacity that it was to begin with. Okay, Welos are done, and I will get better close-ups on my other camera. But they are so pretty. This one's so different. It almost looks like amylite-y, the way the color flares. See that? Isn't that different? I love it. It's so, like, if you don't have the color flaring, it just looks like a little white stone, and then you get it to flare right, and it reminds me so much of amylite. That's just insane. Then we've got this one. Came out fantastic. There's some great color in there. It's different though. It's like in tiger stripes almost. I love it. It's really pretty. Again, better close-ups on my other camera in just a sec. And then this one, I actually left the potch on the bottom of this one. And I did that so that it makes the color a little bit brighter. That is so pretty. And then this one, which is just absolutely insane. That is what you want to see right there. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. So I think next we're gonna work on these, which are the Coober Pedys. This one has some good color pockets. The problem is, great bar right here. Problem is when you roll it over, that's also the side that has the biggest pit. And I don't think there's gonna be much on this side. We'll probably still make it work somehow, but I don't know if I want to do that one today. This one has some good color on the surface, but I don't know how deep it goes. Looks like there's an interesting little bar right there. This one though, actually, even though it's really thin, there is nice color throughout the whole thing. Okay, so here's our problem. Tried working on this one. There is a good little color flashy pocket that is not showing very well on the top side. On the bottom side, there was no color bars, which means we've got this big divot to worry about, which means that stone is going to get considerably smaller. So I'm not going to bother with that. This was a major bummer. As you can see, there's some good color flash on the edge. I'm trying to get it to behave because there actually is some really good color on the edge. Problem, it's very directional and there's not really much going on the flats. And obviously even before starting, that was too thin to really do anything with, so kind of a wash. This one though actually is coming out pretty nice. It's gonna have to be a weird shape just so I don't go past that color bar, but that one's not bad. That's not bad at all. I can be happy with that one. I can work with that. That's some really pretty greens and blues in that one. So, I swapped to the 360 plate so I could get through these a little quicker. While I'm here doing that, before I switch back to the 600, I'm actually going to start on this one. I don't remember when I got this one. All I know is it's an Australian opal, which doesn't really help anything at all. There's so much crust on it though, I don't know where they start. So I might just have to rough this out on the 360 to figure out where to go. You may notice it got thinner. Quite a bit thinner. That entire top area was literally just empty white opal. So I think we're ready to swap back to the 600. Alrighty, those two are done, and one came out great. The other one I'm kind of disappointed with. There was, I don't know, I thought there was going to be more color than that. It's fine. It's like not cooperating with my camera whatsoever though. It just looks like a white, solid white rock, but there's a ton of pinfire in there. Ah, that's frustrating. This one is super nice. It's just a little smaller than I was hoping for, but it's still very, very pretty. There's some great color in there. That blue and purple is just righteous. All right, on to the last two. Alrighty, so these are the last two to do. That is this one, which is the honeycomb, which I'm very nervous to cut because I've never cut a honeycomb before. I'm really afraid of messing it up. I think the best way to do it is try to get it at this angle, if I remember correctly, because if you do it head on, it looks good too, but I don't think there's actually enough space to make a good cab. If I put it offset like that, you get the best, I don't know, refraction, I guess. That, and we can flatten that back, and that would be a much bigger stone. The other one is this Brazilian, which I have such high hopes for. That thing is ridiculous. So I'm gonna just round the surface on this one over and see what it's looking like underneath that crust, and we'll go from there. So I've roughed this one out on the 600, and well, for one, that's gonna be freaking amazing. But I see a little fracture that runs right through here. I don't see how deep it goes. It doesn't look like it's very deep, but there's also an inclusion that like squiggles up through here. So I might just cut off that nose, because that seems to be where A, the crack is, and B, where the inclusion is. The rest of it is just fine, but oh my gosh, that thing is going to be so freaking pretty. So I'm actually going to swap back to the 360 so that I can move the material a little bit faster now that I know what I'm looking for. And while we're there, I'm gonna investigate this one right here. There's a huge pocket of that sand that I would need to get rid of anyway, so figure I might as well just jump up to the, you know, whatever grit that is, 360. Come on, brain. Alright, well that drastically influences my cutting decision. There was a little fracture on the backside that popped off. So, again, that influences how I'm going to cut this, because now I need to flatten that out. Alright, we worked past that crack. That thing is going to be so pretty. Oh my goodness. Ah, it's so gorgeous. I don't know why it's only coming up as teal in the camera. In person there's like blue and yellow. I don't know, that's strange. I'll definitely get clips on my other camera because it can get a little closer, but man, that is sure looking like it's gonna be good. Okay, this honeycomb is actually a hydrophane, so I'm gonna do this one first because yeah, it's gonna need time to dry out. Alright, now we can switch back to the 600 and then polish. Also, I've been doing the finished polishing on my flat lap. I just haven't been showing it because there's something over there that no one is allowed to see yet, but you will in a month or so. Hintity hint hint. Alright guys, those last two are done and they are so freaking nice. So here is the Brazilian. That is freaking beautiful. I am very happy about that one. I'll get better close-ups on my phone in just a minute. I just wanted to show this from a distance. Oh, I got a Floyd hair in there. Anyway. Oh, that's so pretty. Yeah, I'll get close-ups on the phone in just a second. But here's the honeycomb, and oh my gosh. This thing came out insane. Trying to get it to behave itself. There we go. Look at that. It's, oh my gosh. You know what? I'm gonna just swap cameras. It looks way better on the other camera. Alrighty guys, there you have it. There is our wonderful pile of opals, and I do believe I can be very happy with that. There was really only the one dud in the mix. Of course, it was also the biggest one. That kind of sucks. And this one was fine, it's just not quite as nice as the other one. There is some nice little blue flare in there, but this one is the much nicer of the two. Got some really good color. Anyway though, I cannot believe how nice that Brazilian came out, and I am so freaking happy with the way the honeycomb came out. But yeah, I'm very, very satisfied, I think I can say. This little Welo is insane. The color on that is just wild. Alright guys, that's gonna do it for this one. I love opals so much. They're really they just don't ever get old. And yeah, I'm already beginning to stockpile for the next opal video, so don't hold your breath. But there will definitely be another one at some point. Let me know which one was your favorite. Mine, absolutely honeycomb. Like, no question. I've always wanted one. I've had this one for a while, and I was so afraid of messing it up, and it is just so nice. I'm so happy. So this little Welo is a contender for sure. The color on this thing is insane. Anyway though, I think that's gonna do it for this one. I hope y'all enjoyed, and I will see you next time.